back to the Rayhart rundown.
I can't see the middle camera.
You can't see the middle camera? That's right.
I can kind of. I think I'm looking at it. Is that?
You're kind of looking at it.
Okay.
It could see you. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It can see you. So, can't we go to my camera real quick
Happy
here?
Halloween.
Yes, happy Halloween. Here we go. You can see my devil face. This is Adam's work. This all my makeup and special effect horns are done by Adam. I had him do mine. And then if you look at Adam, who looks like a optical patient gone bad. This is what an HMO pays for.
That's right. See, I got the laser eye surgery.
The cheap one.
Yeah.
The one with a $3 copay.
Skimped out. Yeah, exactly. This is, I went to the school where they teach people how to do laser eye surgeries.
Yep, that's what it is.
This is
Optical School Adam.
That's right.
If you were going to make a Pop Funko of him, this is Optical School Adam. It's not bad. It's not bad.
No, it looks really good.
Your beard, though, when I was applying the prosthetics, your beard though affected the ones on your cheeks. So that's the only ones where I would like. But I want to shave your face.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Yeah, that would have been the only. That would have been
face.
That would have been the only other option. But the blood makeup came out really well. Like the bloody part of the, and on camera, I'm sure it looks.
Oh yeah,
it looks wild on camera, like you're missing eyes, but you can see though. I mean, essentially, like tell the audience and tell our audio listeners. So our audio listeners, I look like the devil, just so you know. I have horns and a red,
like
and a
devil
red
and Darth Maul.
Well, yeah. And Adam literally looks like he's got his eyes gouged out. Like if you take a look on our YouTube or if you're on Spotify and you can actually watch us on the video on Spotify, you can actually see Adam has no eyes and he looks like he got road rash. This is what would happen if he didn't wear his helmet on his motorcycle.
That's right.
He would just look like this. This is his moneymaker would be all gone.
I kind of feel like Leatherface.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm choking over here. Keep talking.
Or like Dwight Schrute when they're doing CPR and he's got the baloney on his face, or not the baloney, but the skin mask from the fucking mannequin on his face. Or like Jeepers Creepers.
Woo.
They made a new Jeepers Creepers movie that came out this month. Whatever, but I haven't watched it yet. I heard it's not the original director, which is what I like about it. Because I don't like the original director.
I don't.
He's got some charges against him that I cannot forgive him for.
Okay, we don't have to get into it because I don't want to give him any popularity if he's a scumbag.
Absolutely. I don't even remember his fucking name. But
out of all of the Halloween, all the movies that are coming out, there's a lot of movies that are coming out. Let's jump right into that real quick. There's a lot of movies that are coming out right now where they're rehashing old movies from back in the day.
Bro, I watched Halloween Ends.
That's the new one?
That movie fucking sucks.
That's the new Halloween movie.
Yeah. Okay. Dude, such garbage. Like, I watched half of it, then I stopped it. And I was like, I can't. Like, I can't. I got up, got something to eat, like, let the dogs out. And then when I came back, I was like, fuck, I already watched half of it. Like, I don't have that much further to go. So I finished it.
Right.
I was just like, yep, it sucked.
You're like, let me watch it all the rest of the way. Oh, no, for sure. It sucked all the way.
Yeah, it sucked all the way. Like the last, because it barely had, sorry, my face itches. I'm not trying to fuck this up.
No, it's all right. It's fine. They've seen it, so that's what the idea was behind all this.
It barely had Michael Myers in it.
What? Isn't he like the main character? Isn't that like the whole point of...
Thank you. Barely had Michael Myers in it, dude. Like, he, like, finally, like, he was in it a little bit, like, throughout. Very random, like, one quick fucking 2-minute scene. And then he was, like, at the very end, he was there for, like, 5 to 10 minutes. He was there for, like, one final battle. That's it. That's fucking it.
Wow.
Spoiler alert. Forgot to mention that, by the way. Sorry. But no, he's barely in it, dude. Like, it's...
You can watch it if you have, what, HBO Max or
Peacock.
Something? Peacock? Is that what it is? Peacock?
Yeah. Which is free. So if you don't have Peacock, I don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life.
Download it. It's free.
Yeah.
Shocker. Peacock. Shocker. Have you seen... Did you ever watch the original Hocus Pocus?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Did you watch the sequel yet?
No.
Okay.
It's on my list.
I haven't watched the sequel either, but there was a lady, and I don't know all
I heard
the
it was
details.
amazing.
I heard it's a funny show, but I mean, a funny movie, but there's a lady who is hard up trying to get the movie removed from Disney Plus.
Why?
She believes, and follow me on this, she believes that movie is a satanic, like a how-to. Yeah. Like for real. It was in the news. She's like, it's so satanic and it's so ungodly, and it's just teaching people how to eat children.
Yeah, how to eat children.
I don't fucking
All
again.
right.
People, are you kidding me?
I saw
you
an
kidding
article about or like not article, but like social media posts,
Right.
about that show Dahmer and
Right.
how it allows demons into your home, and don't watch it, don't let the demons in, and yada 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 yada. And I was just like, it's a fucking TV show. Like,
Yeah, it's like
I don't think I don't. I think if demons are going to come into your home like that, in a sense,
Mhm.
you're probably a little bit more open to it than just watching the show Dahmer. You know what I mean?
I do. I agree.
like
Let's move real fast though into this next part, because I don't know why the dog is crying. Why are you moaning, buddy?
because he's looking at me. He's like,
Oh,
"Who
yeah,
the fuck
he's
are you
creeped out by
guys?"
your dumbass.
Yeah.
So let's moving right into like things at home. So I was reading today about, remember the Annabelle doll from the movie Annabelle?
Yeah.
And you know how it's like a real doll?
Yeah.
Like it's technically it's a Raggedy Ann doll.
Right.
Technically, according to the pictures online and everything like that. Okay. I don't know if it really is.
No,
I don't know for sure.
It was a Raggedy Ann doll. It was.
Regardless.
Because which makes it really even more creepy is because, like, the Annabelle movie, it was a plastic porcelain doll. So
Right.
if it was standing, I would assume that plastic porcelain dolls you could like kind of make stand a little bit.
Right.
But a Raggedy Ann doll, when you walk in the room and it's just standing,
That's weird, right?
that's fucking terrifying.
right. Did that happen? Did the standing part happen?
I don't know about the standing.
You know
for
what I'm saying? Like,
certain.
were there certain parts of the movie that were elaborated?
There was.
Yeah.
There was. But I have watched documentaries on the real Annabelle doll
Right.
and how the mother threw it away. And then she came home from work and it was back sitting on a little fucking rocking chair. Dude, are you good? But she would throw it away and then come home from work and it was like sitting in a little rocking chair type.
Right.
of
Right.
thing.
Right.
And then she would come home from work and it would be at the dining room table, like on the chair on its knees, like bent on its knees, sitting at the table like this. And then whenever she like picked it up and moved it or whatever, and then she tried to like put it back in the same position,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't stay up. It kept falling over. And like different stuff like that.
Okay, hear me out. I dug. You know me. I do my homework on stuff. I dug into the whole behind the scenes of Annabelle and all of that type scenario. And is he really freaking out by you?
Yeah,
I think he's really freaking out.
Yeah. What's up, dude? It's me.
The dog, for those who may not be able to hear this, the dog is literally like whining as he's looking over at Adam. Stop looking at him. Thank you,
Then he
weirdo.
growls.
Anywho, so I dug into the Annabelle thing, and here's the thing: they stopped letting people into that museum, that Lorraine and Warren, or what is it?
Lorraine, you're right. Lorraine
Okay.
and Warren.
Whatever their last name is.
Yeah.
They stopped letting people in 2019 because the city was like, "Hey, this is not really a museum; it's just this shed behind their house, and it's not really zoned for that." Blah 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 blah. And the biggest thing was their son-in-law. Their son-in-laws took it over, I guess, because they passed away. So their son-in-law took it over, of like, oh, he's curating it or whatever, right? And then a news article broke out in 2019 that the doll had escaped the museum, right? And he had to come with like a YouTube video and show everybody it hasn't moved, it's still here, blah 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 blah, right? Well, whatever the company, I found another article from years prior, right? was a small little article, and it was like almost like a blip. And I don't know if it was true or not. So let me prerequisite that. But I found another article that said the company that owns the Raggedy Ann, like design, was very much like, oh, if you're going to make money off of this, you're going to need to pay us because fuck all that. That's our product. You're showing off at your museum.
Wow.
Yeah. And so the article reads that from the original Raggedy Ann doll. What's wrong?
Your horn is sliding off. You're right.
This one?
The right side, yeah, it's sliding off. Just gotta.
It's fine. Up.
There you go. There you go. Okay.
Sorry.
I just noticed you're just
I'm like, it's so hot in here with all this lighting.
All the lighting.
It's
melting
crazy.
It off, yeah.
We're melting. No, but so what I understood was they actually altered the doll so that it wasn't an exact replica or an exact Raggedy Ann. Now wait a minute. It's a cloth doll, right? If you alter a cloth doll, you're gonna have to kind of do some like sewing and some like actual. It has to come out of that glass case, and you have to do some whatever, right?
Right.
So, was it really possessed, or did this just come about? You know what I'm saying? By pure.
I mean, it could be.
What's your belief structure, or not belief structure? But what's your belief when it comes to that? I'm just curious.
Like possessions
of this doll, specifically of this doll.
I do. It's nothing like the movie. It just moves around on its own. You know what I mean? Like the doll is possessed. So
in the movie,
yeah. But like I don't know. They always.
I never saw the movie. Did the doll kill anybody in the movie?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. In real life, no. So it's very possible. There's a possessed doll down in Key West.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I forget his name, but it's a boy doll.
Okay.
And it's in the windowsill of one of the places down in Key West. Can't remember the fucking name of it. I'm sure it's popping up on the screen.
But my big thing is like if these dolls are possessed, why are we keeping them? Like what is the? I don't know what the consequence would be to destroy the doll.
People like weird shit.
And why a doll? And why?
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Well, if you destroy that doll, and then the demon comes out, then it could turn around and fucking attach itself to you. Fuck that. Leave it in the doll.
Again, but what's preventing? So you tell me that this doll in this glass box in this museum or Key West,
it's like a demon's prison.
Is that what it is?
I guess.
So a glass, so a window box is all I need.
That's right.
That's what's protecting
doll
everybody.
And a window box.
Oh my god. See, I think I'm not saying there's not things that are. Again, we've had this discussion on our previous Halloween episodes about hauntings and things like that, and I think in some instances, yeah, there's shit unexplainable, and it could very well be, and I'm not a denier of that. I've experienced stuff firsthand. You know, if you want to go back and listen to our old Halloween episodes, I talk about my experience, but I'm not going to reiterate it now. But I think some of it is people cashing in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's been like exorcisms and stuff. Like I believe it's the exorcism of Emily Rose.
Mm-hmm.
That girl died during that exorcism.
Okay.
And
but what was the
cause of death?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't actually see it. I just remember reading the articles on it.
Okay. Hey, everybody. We'll take a minute from the episode here to talk about campsite.bio.
Campsite.bio started as a solution to the one link issue on Instagram, commonly known as your website or bio link. Campsite.bio works as a landing page for your social accounts. So it can be used on any social platform where you want to share all of the links for your brand.
And with that, it only takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get set up with a profile. So you know when you're on Instagram or you're on one of your social medias and you have like that ability to they only give you one link. They give you one link that you can click and you're trying to tell everybody, here's my website, here's this. But if you use campsite.bio in 2 minutes, you can have a link for everything. Like we've used it on ours for like to show off YouTube clips, to show off. You can do merch on there. You can do. I mean, it's just they integrate with TikTok. They integrate with Facebook. It's crazy. Definitely check them out because campsite.bio is really the only brand link you'll ever need.
That's right, Bob. And right now you can get a 10-day free trial and a $10 credit towards a pro account by going to rayhartrundown.com/campsite.
Wow. So it was $10 free credit.
Yep.
And 10 days free.
Absolutely.
Just for giving it a try.
Yep. Where is it, Bob?
rayhartrundown.com/campsite. No, but my point is that there's no, this sounds so corny, but there's no demon standard. Like there's no like, oh, you have to prove it in order to.
Right. So
people just believe the shit.
So here's the thing. I do believe that. I do believe in possession. I do believe in that sort of thing, personally.
Okay.
But so that's why I always say is that with hauntings, okay, when I like at work, right, it's a place I always have to go back to. My job is haunted.
I don't think you were working there when we had the Halloween episode. I could be wrong, but
well, I was even recently, like it was probably like a couple of months ago. I was talking to another bartender's boyfriend. And because he had no idea that the place was haunted, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Because like he's like, "Who's upstairs?" Because he heard somebody talking, like he heard like a voice come from upstairs. I was like, "No one, dude. We're the only ones here." It was me, him, and her. He goes, "Are you serious right now?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "It's probably the ghost." He goes, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was all like, yeah, dude. I was all like, he hangs out up there. He moves shit around. A couple weeks before that, me and another bartender was sitting in the office or whatever. And because I was managing, so I was like sitting there watching cameras, doing paperwork, doing stuff like that. And we heard somebody moving shit around up in the liquor room. So we were just all like, okay, like, it's probably just the bar's back, doing his thing. Reorganizing or something. 20 minutes later, the bar back comes around the corner. I was all like, did you... Wait. Because there's like one way in or out.
Oh, okay.
So I was just like, wait a minute. How'd you just... Weren't you just upstairs? He goes, no, man. I've been outside for the past hour. I was like, oh, shit.
Okay, but how do you know it's not Steve the Raccoon up there fucking around?
Because we have no Steve the Raccoon.
Again... I'm just trying to be the voice of reason.
So, well, this was, and then weeks later, I tell him about that.
Right.
And then as soon as they leave and I get left alone, dude, like the loudest fucking bang shit starts like shifting all around. Like, dude, it's fucking loud up there. And I was like, dude, I get it. All right, I'll leave. Fuck. Like, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like,
you didn't just go up and look?
Fuck no.
Well, there's like a homeless guy hanging out up there.
Dude, no. You'd be the first one to die in the horror movie, bro.
Probably.
I'm like, no. I firmly believe in like the whole Eddie Murphy from Eddie Murphy Raw. So you white people, you stay in the house way too long.
Way too long.
Not me. Get out. Sorry, gotta go. Bye. Like, no, dude. I'm fucking out. I'm not sticking around.
Yeah.
No. Because, reason being is because a place could be haunted and it not be a demon.
Okay.
And it haunts that spot. Demons can attach themselves to you and follow you home. And then even to the point that if you move, they'll follow you to the new place because they need something to possess. And that's what's terrifying. So as soon as I find out that there's a haunting type of thing, if it's well known that it stays in that, I'm not scared. But if it's all like, if I'm finding out like this place has new information of a haunting, I'm not fucking going.
Right.
Not going. Fuck you. Not doing it. Like, so it could follow me back to my shithole fucking 900 square foot apartment?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. Attach itself to my dog.
There's other podcasts that have gone out there. I'm not going to name any names, but there's other podcasts that have gone out and like spent the night at haunted places and tried to be like paranormal investigators. Let me clarify something right now. The Rayhart Rundown is a comedy podcast, and in no way, shape, or form are we ever going to be connected to a paranormal activity or investigation. Why? Because we're scared. End of story.
Yeah. We almost did it once.
We thought about it.
A long while ago, we thought about it. And
we had access to a prison.
Yep. And it was scary as fuck to go in there during the day.
During the daylight.
So at night, fuck no. You won't even find me in the parking lot of that fucking building.
There wasn't even lights in the parking lot of that fucking building.
That's what I'm saying. Like you would, because there was the insane asylum part of the whole thing.
Out.
And I was like, dude, nope. That was terrifying in and of itself during the day.
Because there's no power.
Right. You're just walking through this freaking old insane asylum, hospital, prison. No. No.
No, thank you.
No. Couldn't pay me.
No, thank you.
Couldn't pay me. I mean, you probably could pay me.
You probably could pay me.
You can't afford me. Like, it's going to cost you a lot.
It's going to be a lot of money
to walk through there at night. Like 3 a.m. But if you do have the money and I do it, make sure you turn your cameras on because that shit's going to be hilarious.
So are you going to go, you going to hand out candy for trick-or-treaters this year? No? I thought about, we usually carve a pumpkin. Like I've done pumpkin carving stuff in the past. You've seen it.
I remember your Denver Broncos one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did. I don't think I have a picture of that one, but I have the Denver Broncos here. I'll go ahead and, I don't have my magic finger, but. So
just use your finger.
I use my regular finger here. Magic finger, pull up on screen. Yeah. There's a picture right there. A couple of things we've done in the past. I've done Pikachu. I've done Ghostbusters. And the kids have done Stormtroopers and all kinds of other weird stuff. So it was interesting. It's fun. I like the pumpkin carving part because it's artistic. So that's what we should have done that. We should have done pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you did a good job on my makeup. You did a good job on my
Thanks, man.
devil outfit.
Yeah, you did great on my
Yours is creepy as shit.
Dwight Schrute.
Like I didn't know what direction we were going with yours. I was just like,
No, we're just like, fuck it. Yeah, no ice. Let's do this. See no evil.
Yeah. So, okay. Let's see. We talked about the new movies coming out. Oh, let's talk about that other new movie coming out that's making people leave the theater. That's making people throw up. That's making people pass out during the movie because it's so graphic and gory. It's so over the top.
Bring it on.
It's called Terrifier 2.
I saw the trailer for it.
You saw the trailer?
The trailer makes it look really good.
There's a whole BuzzFeed article with censored, like blurred out photos in the article where it's like, if you can stomach it, click to look. Like that type of thing. And it's just like even some of the article has been redacted because the words used were so bad. I don't know if this is a hype thing for Hollywood, but the way the movie was described was it makes the Saw movie look like a Disney production.
Okay. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
You
This is why I'm bringing it up.
That might be a sales push, in my opinion.
Right?
Because Saw was still pretty fucking brutal, especially for its time.
Mm-hmm.
Saw changed everything. That was why is my microphone always going limp?
I have no idea. Dude. I wish we had a sponsor where I'd be like, because you need Blue Chew or something.
I was just about to say that. My mic needs Blue Chew, guys.
Your mic needs Blue Chew, my friend.
I feel like that's a sales push, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because Saw, like I said, changed it. That was James Wan, man, fresh out of fucking film school.
Mm-hmm.
And James Wan has become well known as one of the best horror directors of our time. I mean, he did all the Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Mm-hmm.
Ed and Lorraine Warren.
That
was their names.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did all those films. He did the Annabelle, and I don't know if he did Annabelle. He might have, but he did all the Conjuring 2, and
right.
Like he did like all of the best horror movies. He even did the new Mortal Kombat because he's like branching off to do different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He did Lights Out, which if you haven't seen Lights Out, that shit'll make you terrified of the dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just a sales push to say that.
Yeah, I know. It's like I've never heard of the Terrifier, much less Terrifier 2.
Right.
So where are we?
I mean, it is an independent film.
Right.
You know, I looked it up and the budget was less than $250,000, which is like super fucking low for
what it is. Right.
Yeah. Like I'm shocked that people are saying this, and then I read that it's a $250,000 budget, which was making me think that, you know, it's more of a sales push than anything.
And again, it very well could be. I'm just bringing it up because I was like shocked that there was like a whole thing about it, like a whole, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there was pictures of people like leaving. There was pictures of people actually passing out. And and again, pictures could be faked. Who am I?
Yeah.
But that's why I was bringing it up because I've never heard of it.
Not only that, but it's also when people go to the movie theater, sometimes they just go to a lot of people that I notice, they just go to the theater and they have no idea what they're going to see and they just pick a fucking movie while they're there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And they have no idea what they're walking into. And some people just can't handle it. I mean, dude, when I went and saw the movie Sausage Party.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I got something to add to that. Go ahead.
When I went and saw the movie Sausage Party, the cartoon about the food at the grocery store or whatever.
Yeah.
The adult cartoon.
Right.
There was mother, father, 4 little kids all come in and sit in the front row, and I start laughing already because I already know where this is going to go.
Where the movie's going to go.
Well, yeah, like, well,
Right.
what's going to happen? Movie starts, and the fucking sausages are like, oh, you ready? 4th of July weekend. Oh, I can't fucking wait. Or whatever.
Right.
And immediately fucking jumped up and walked out. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
Yeah.
it's people don't know what they're going to see. They just go to the movies just because it's, you know, something to pass the time. It's people who, like me, who don't drink. And you just go to the movies.
So Sausage Party has another 8 episodes series coming out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't think of the name. It's called Sausage Party something. Again, it's going to be, I think it's Netflix. Is it Netflix? I think it's on Netflix exclusive or HBO
That's cool.
Max.
They did Santa Inc., I think it was called.
I don't never
It was
heard.
a TV show on Netflix. That was, I believe, from the same creators of Sausage Party, Seth Rogen and all them. But yeah, and it was an adult cartoon with Santa and everything. So
Never saw it. But yeah, I just recently saw that Sausage Party is going to get another. And I can understand the comedy and I can laugh at some of it, but there was a point I think watching that film where I was just like, okay, are we just going for shock value now?
yeah, the orgy was a bit much.
A little bit like, oh,
Yeah,
we're
the
just
food orgy was you know what it was? It was a little too long. That's what it was, because I'm sitting there with my buddies and we're watching all like these hot dogs and hot dog buns and bagels and paninis, and they're all just fucking each other.
And if you're ever
in the
curious on
store.
how food could fuck each other, go check it out.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting there and we're laughing at first. Then we're sitting there and then we're not laughing anymore. And then it's just like you're watching food porn with your buddies. You know?
Did any of your buddies whip their dicks out?
No, thankfully. It's not that kind of theater.
I don't know where you go. I don't know what's downtown.
But yeah, if anybody whips out their dick, it's definitely at the AMC theater near my house.
Definitely. So we're not going to get sponsored by AMC because of that comment.
Sorry. Clean up your fucking theater. No, actually, I love AMC theater, man, because like they have like,
The butter?
dude, like
You've
put
mentioned
your
this
own
before.
amount
The
of
fact that I
butter
know
on.
that is that you mentioned this
Put a
before.
fucking straw in and it goes to the bottom, and then you just like
Tricks for
fucking
days over here
pump
with
it
you.
as
The hack, the fucking butter hack.
Yeah. Anyhow,
Anyhow, so you're not going to, okay, so go back to what I started with saying. So you're not going to hand out candy for
no, yeah, I'm not gonna. Wow, we went from handing out candy to little kids to, food having food an orgy.
food porn.
No, I'm not gonna hand out candy. That's just.
I mean, I used to every year. You know this. I used to every single year. I would sit at the end of my driveway. I never bothered with the kids walking all the way up. I'm not trying to scare any little kids or anything. I know Halloween's all about that, but for me, it was like I would sit in the back of the car, or like we had an SUV, so I'd pop the back of the SUV open and sit back there with a bowl or two of candy, and the pumpkins we carved, with little lights in them. So and then the kids would just be on the sidewalk and they wouldn't have to come. They'd only have to come halfway up the driveway. That was a lot easier for parents and things like that. They don't have to walk. I think I'm always, always think of the parent aspect of it. Yeah. Less walking, trust me. So I always enjoyed like seeing the little, and I was always. This is how I was, and I don't know if other people are like this, and it may just be because I'm a devil and a dick. But like, if the older kids would come, I'd be like, okay, yeah, here, and I'd give them like 2 pieces or whatever, candy. Yeah, trick or treat. And then like the little kids would come, like the little princesses or whatever, and I'd grab like a handful, and I'd be like, hold your bag open. Like, let's hurry, let's get this process over with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I don't know if that's mean to say or whatever, but I always felt like the older kids were like. If you're like 60, if you can drive somewhere else to go trick-or-treating, it's over. It's time.
Dude,
feel free to dress. Yeah,
what are you doing? Go have a bonfire party in the woods and get drunk with your friends.
I'm not
You're 16. Hello.
I'm not saying.
I'm just kidding. We do not condone underage drinking
at all. But I'm not saying don't dress up. Clearly, I'm not saying that. It can be.
I am.
It could be fun. No, because it could be fun.
I'm joking.
To dress up, it could be fun. To do all that stuff, but all I'm saying is there's really no need for you to go door to door and bogart little kids' candy. Essentially it's a little kid.
Yeah.
It's trick or treating. Okay. Even the words trick or treating is very dainty and I've always felt like it's little kids, but it was, a different trick or treating was a different monster back in the day. I don't know what your experience was. That's another thing we've never talked about. Your experience with trick-or-treating. For me, let me just give you my experience. My experience, and this is, I don't mean for this to be a brag, but it's going to come across that way. But my experience was that quintessential, whatever you've seen in the movies of little kids running around, that was trick-or-treating for me. It was a neighborhood. It was, mom and dad were walking, smoking, the whole with other parents and stuff, or pushing a stroller with like, Rachel in it or whatever. And me dressed up with like every year it was either like a pillowcase or a bag I had gotten from school, like a special trick or treat bag or those McDonald's lunch pails,
But like that shit was like what? Spain, California, Delaware?
Yeah, Delaware was probably the most one I can remember the most of those houses.
No, I didn't have that Halloween experience. You want to know my Halloween experience?
That's what I want to know because I could sit here and talk about mine, but mine literally whatever you see on TV and you see on sitcoms, that was my Halloween as a kid.
No, not mine.
You would sometimes get scared. People would sometimes run out, but you would see that shit from a distance, so you would know that house is fucked. But usually the ones that scared you, like in California, the houses that scared you gave out full-size candy bars. Because like if you were brave enough to go up to the house, they were like, you did a good job. So like you would know we're going to hit that house regardless. I don't care if I piss this costume. We're going to that house. I'm getting the full-size Snicker bar.
No, so my Halloween experience was here in Florida. Mm-hmm. So mom and dad wouldn't walk.
Well, they lived in the woods, so they'd have to walk like a ways to go anywhere.
No, so we would get in the car and they would drive me to like a neighborhood.
Okay.
I don't know what neighborhood.
I know what neighborhood, but we're not going to say. Go ahead.
But they would drive me to a neighborhood.
Okay.
And then I would walk door to door and they would just creep behind me with the sable wagon.
What?
Yeah, he would just like idle in the sable wagon and make my ass fucking walk door to door.
He would just stalk you?
Basically, yeah. But so like I would be walking with, and like mom or dad would be in the driver's seat and they'll just be sitting there listening to the radio, right? With the windows up, AC blowing. And I'm like sweating my balls off, getting bitten by mosquitoes so I could get my candy.
I would have shortcutted your shit as your parent. I would have been like, yo, they had a meeting. Here's 2 bags of candy. Chill. You don't have to do anything.
But yeah.
Wow.
That was my whole ordeal. I was sweating bullets, getting bit by mosquitoes.
And that's the thing is, I think because of our age gap, the 11-year age gap between us, mom and dad learned their lesson 11 years prior. So like, this is the last motherfucking time we're doing this.
Yeah.
Walking in, but also way back when I was younger and I was a little kid, that we lived in a neighborhood, like a regular.
Yeah, I've never
neighborhood.
lived in a neighborhood.
Where I had like the next door neighbor would come over, or the kid across the street, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like the kids would go outside, and it was like you were always at somebody's house. Mom would be able to step outside when I was a little kid and just yell, my name, just like stand out there like fucking Whitney Houston, just be like, Bobby, Bobby, and you know what I'm saying? And I could come running, but again, that was how the neighborhood ran. You know what I'm saying? Like if you, even in the bigger neighborhoods, if you wanted to know where everybody was hanging out, you would just like ride around. And when you saw everybody's bike in one person's front yard, that's where you knew all your friends were. And you would just stop, and that was a dead giveaway. You know what I'm saying? That you may have seen that type of those pictures and stuff on the internet. That's just that was real. That's not a joke. But again, I think mom and dad learned their lesson. They're like, back when we lived in a neighborhood, they had friends that they would like hang out with and like have dinner with and talk and shoot the shit and da 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 da. And I think after dad retired from the military, that's when it was like you were like 3 when dad retired.
Yeah.
So their retirement was away from all of that. And that kind of forced you to kind of have to, I don't want to say deal with it, but have to kind of grow up with a different way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that they did that. They stalked you like like a creeper in the car.
Yeah.
Did you run back to the car, or did you have to go to the next house?
No, I would just go to the next house.
Okay. Okay.
Unless there's, because it's also Florida, so it's just all like we'd find like a block with like 5 houses, and I would walk or whatever to those houses,
right,
and then the next house will be like, a whole nother fucking block away. So I'd get in the car, and then he would drive to that, and then I would get out.
What was your favorite?
Because houses down here are so fucking spread out.
Right. What was your favorite? In California, they were right on top of each other,
right,
like 6 feet apart.
Yeah,
it was
like
ideal, but as a kid, not as a teenager, not as an adult, but as a kid, okay, what was one of your favorite Halloween costumes? Did you have a favorite Halloween costumes? Or costume, I should say?
When I was a kid.
When you were a kid. So not like, some teenager-y bullshit thing that you did, but like maybe something that you dressed up as a kid. I remember mine for sure, 100%. Mine was Teen Wolf.
Oh, right on.
I remember dressing up. I was like, 8 years old, I think, when that movie came out. Maybe 7, 8 years old, 9, maybe. I don't know. But I dressed up as Teen Wolf, and mom had made the fur pieces out of actual like fur that you get at the craft store type thing. So I had like these slip-on like gloves.
I remember.
And I wore like this big.
I had them when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I wore this big baggy, like sweatshirt, because it went over top of it, and it made it look like I was like mid-change. And I had the leg pieces as well. They went around my legs, so they would look like it was coming out of my pants. And then mom would just like put like makeup type stuff on me to make it look like hair was coming in. And then I had fake teeth and fake ears. And I was a mid-change werewolf, like Teen Wolf. That was my favorite, I think, because it was like, at the time the movie was big. Like at the time the movie was hot. Right. So to be like, have an original costume that wasn't bought from the store, and I did the bought from the store thing. I've done plastic masks and, put this on, it feels like a smock, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. But to have that was probably my favorite costume of all time.
I don't know if I had a favorite. Like, honestly, I don't even really remember what I went as a kid a lot of the time.
There was nothing that ever stuck out in your brain that was like, when I say, hey, do you remember trick-or-treating
I was
as a kid?
Ninja Turtle one year.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was Michelangelo.
Okay.
The orange one.
Right.
Because we always said,
out of the four of us,
I was Michelangelo, Grace was Raphael, Rachel was Leonardo, and you were Donatello.
And vice versa.
What?
Yeah, I was Leonardo, Rachel was Donatello. But anyways, doesn't matter.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You were the one with the swords, the blue one.
Right.
Yeah. And so I went as Michelangelo. That's all I really. I'm sure I went as a Power Ranger or something at one year.
The fact you're guessing is weird because I can remember a majority of my costumes, like a werewolf costume. I even had a werewolf costume one year that was like one of those plastic smock things where you kind of like put it on and it just had like the picture of a werewolf.
I don't know.
You know?
I'm sure I was Spider-Man one year or something.
Yep, did that. Did Spider-Man. Did I don't think I've ever done Batman, but
I'm sure I did Batman. I don't know. Mom would just go to the fucking Halloween store and buy me one of those cheap fucking kids costumes and go, here.
This is what you're doing. This is what you're being.
Yeah.
This is you this year.
Yeah. So, and I'm not talking about like the pop-up Halloween stores. Like mom would just go to like Walmart.
Oh, well, Kmart, right.
Kmart. Kmart, yeah. Here's your Superman outfit.
It doesn't say Superman.
Why does it have a giant L and not an S? It stands for loser. Get out of the car.
Get up there, get your candy. Hurry up. They weren't that mean, but that's funny.
Yeah, no.
They're going to hear this episode and call you so fast.
Yes, right.
Ring. Hey.
Dude, every time I freaking like go to laugh or like smile,
you can feel the paint.
It pushes up and I could just see the blood and I'm like, ah!
It scares the crap out of you.
Yeah, like I actually feel like, am I actually bleeding?
No, yeah. See, that's the cool part is that with yours, especially, and again, if they look at your camera, if you look on camera, it looks great on camera. Like up close, personally, it's not that great, but I suck at it. But what do you want? What? I mean, we bought this stuff at the Spirit of Halloween store, like one of those pop-up Halloween stores. So
That's some pretty cool stuff, though.
yeah, some interesting stuff for sure.
Dude, I can't believe how cheap those animatronics are for an animatronic.
For a big animatronic.
For a big animatronic. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I was expecting those big animatronics to be like fucking $800, $1,000. Every time I saw those fucking animatronics,
Right.
I was just all like, God damn, those have got to be like stupid fucking expensive.
They had one at Costco. They had one at Costco that was like this giant skeleton, like ghoul or something. I don't know, but it was like it must have been 9 feet or 10 feet tall,
Jesus.
and the face of it was animated, like its eyes blinked and moved, and like it was wild looking, and it was loud. But yeah, I think they wanted $250 or $300 for it.
What?
Yeah, it was a really good. It was a good deal.
That's
when
what
I
I'm
saw
saying.
It.
Like,
But they didn't.
just-
They sell. Those things sell out fast. People buy the shit out of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I keep debating. I never decorate the house for Halloween.
Yeah.
I've done again. Sit at the end of the driveway and pass out candy. I'm not even going to do it this year. I didn't do it last year. I stopped doing it when the kids moved out.
There's like
When the kids moved out, I stopped doing it.
2 families that live in my neighborhood.
Go buy 2 bags of candy and drop them all.
Exactly. I'm just going to throw it at their fucking doors. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, right.
especially now after this fucking hurricane, half the people moved out. The
Right.
bottom half of the people moved out. So,
Right.
you know.
Oh, let's bring that up real quick. If you guys, we're still collecting for the family that was displaced by Hurricane Ian, and you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Rayhart Rundown, and whatever you join at whatever level, or you can put in whatever any amount, but all the money that's from now until December is going to be collected, so we can give that family a nice little Christmas. You can always join, and then once you join and give whatever amount you'd like to give, or at whatever tier, then you could always the next day cancel your subscription to us if you'd like. But the advantage is that even if you've given however much you'd like at whatever tier, you will be able to get the Rayhart Rundown Patreon for at least another month.
Yeah.
So even if they sign up and then cancel, they actually still get the whole rest of that month.
Now, if you
they get a
don't
free
want to
month.
bother with the Patreon,
Right.
you could still go on our campsite.
It's rayhartrundown.campsite.bio.
Yeah, if you go to the rayhartrundown.campsite.bio, or it's I believe it's our link in our Instagram page, correct?
Yeah, if you go to bio link.
Yeah, so you can go on there, and there's a donate button there as well. So, because like I get it, some people are just weirded out by reoccurring bills and stuff. Even though you can cancel anytime, there's no pressure. Like,
Yeah.
but I get it.
But if you just want to donate, you don't want to do the Patreon thing, or you're not interested in getting the free month of our extended episodes or commercial free
Commercial-free.
stuff, yeah, That's fine. We get it.
Yeah.
You
You don't want any
give.
bonus stuff, but you want to give. I get it. It's cool.
Yeah.
you know?
So just go to rayhartrundown.campsite.bio and you can donate right at the top of that link.
Yep.
You want to do filthy trivia?
Sure.
I know we've been talking about Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about Halloween stuff, though, it's like kind of like we lean. I always lean away from comedy because I don't find scary stuff funny as much anymore.
Do you have a favorite scary movie? Do you have? Because I know you don't like scary movies.
I don't.
Is there
I don't.
any
It's not
scary movie.
You mean
that
besides
actually
I
enjoy?
Possessed?
Right. Is there any horror movie that you actually enjoy besides I Possessed?
Besides I Possessed? Besides the one I'm producer on? Hey, everybody, take a minute here to talk about Bonjoro. So Bonjoro, for those of you who may or may not know, is a company that allows your business to put out video emails. That's all you have to do. You could just put out a video email so that you can get closer with your clientele. In other words, like you can put out like, hey, everybody, and you can make it more personal. We actually, and Adam, you know this more than anything.
No, we use it to greet every single one of our Patreons. Whenever you sign up for Patreon, if you sign up, number one, you won't have to watch any of these ads anymore. And number two, you get your own private video from yours truly.
The concept of sending a Bonjoro to businesses have been used by so many businesses and corporate wide across the world. Whether you're using a Bonjoro video just to welcome new customers or to get leads or to even thank people for purchases. Bonjoro helps elevate your customer relationship. And right now we're offering a 14-day, that's 2-week free trial by going to rayhartrundown.com/Bonjoro so that you can give it a try. If you have a business or if you just want to give it a, I mean, honestly, you can sign up and like, just say hi to everybody. Just give it a, you can just give it a try. But again, like I was saying before,
14-day trial.
you're right.
I feel like this is like as seen on TV.
You would like think that. If anybody, like you were saying before, if anybody has gone on our Patreon, it's very much
Absolutely.
anytime you sign up for our Patreon, we've always been sent out a Bonjoro, a personal Bonjoro to you directly, which is always fun. We always love doing those.
Oh yeah.
So to do it, to try out your 14-day trial, you only have to go to rayhartrundown.com/Bonjoro. But see, here's the thing: is I looked at a list of the top Halloween movies to watch. Ghostbusters was on that list. Like Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, The Nightmare Before Christmas is always an up in the air. Whether do you watch it at Halloween or do you watch it at Christmas time? There's a good debate. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? If you're listening right now on Spotify and or you're subscribed on our YouTube channel at the Rayhart Rundown Podcast on YouTube, you can actually go, I'm going to have a poll up on both scenarios. So if you're on Spotify, you can scroll down at the bottom of the description of this video and you'll see a poll that says, should you watch Nightmare Before Christmas at either Halloween or Christmas time? Which is the better thing?
I can already tell you the answer to that one.
You think it's Christmas time?
No, I think it's both. Because people who love Nightmare Before Christmas watch it at both times of year.
All right, we'll
So
make it
that's
either
gonna be
Halloween, Christmas, or both. I'll make it. You can do a three-way poll, but we'll go ahead and see what is the option.
I have a trivia for you.
I know we have another poll going on right now on another episode. I can't think of what it is off the top of my head. I cannot think, but I know that the poll closes soon. So, if you're listening to us on Spotify, please always look at the description of the show and on the episode. Always scroll down. There may be a poll. There may be a voting thing. You always want to double check because we've done it off and on, but there, give you a chance. So we'll talk about it next time. What are you writing down there, big guy?
I created my own trivia question. I found the answer to it, and I'm creating my own answers for the trivia question.
Okay. Do you want me to ask you a trivia question, or are you gonna ask me a trivia question?
I've got one for you as well.
Nice. That a boy.
But like I said, I created this one just from the answer, and I've created my own. It's not actually like I had a question of my own,
Yeah.
and so I Googled it, and I found the answer, and now I'm going to use that as a...
Got it. Okay. Do you want me to start the music though, and that way I can ask the question? You want me to wait till you finish writing, or how do you want to play this? You ready?
Yeah, you do yours first.
All right, start the music. Here we go. A serial killer. It's a Halloween one, by the way.
Okay.
A serial killer dismembered, and ate 17 people.
Dahmer.
But he didn't eat bodies with tattoos because of this reason. Was it A, he was an amateur tattoo artist?
No.
B, his mom had tattoos? C, the ink made the flesh taste odd? Or D, he was incredibly superstitious? So a serial killer had ate 17 people but didn't eat the bodies with tattoos because of one of those reasons.
Let's say it made the flesh taste weird.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
It was Dahmer?
It doesn't say who it was. It doesn't like I get the information. I get some of these
17 victims. So
yeah, it probably was. It doesn't give details. It just wants if it doesn't want you to focus on that part of it. It just
Right.
wants you to kind of guess the question. So, but yeah. So apparently it tastes weird. Oh, maybe it tastes like I don't know, ink. Hey, here's a thought. Maybe don't eat people, fucker. How about that? How about you do that part?
So
Do you want to start the music for me or
yeah,
no?
let's start. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ironically,
I'm always
this
ready.
also has to do with serial killers.
Oh wow, we're doing a serial killer episode. Go ahead.
All right.
Cool.
So, in a given year, how many serial killers are on the loose in the United States? Is it A, 0 to 75, B, 50 to 100, C, 25 to 50, or D, 100 to 200
Oh my god.
on average? Clearly, because it's like a...
Right. In the U.S., just in the U.S.
Yep.
I would.
So active right now, how like the amount of serial killers that are loose in the United States?
I would say 50 to 100. That would be my answer because, you figure if there was even if there was one serial killer in every state or two in every single state, that's a serial killer. Shit, it might be even more than that. But I'm gonna stick by my answer. I'm gonna say 50 to 100. Final answer. Oh,
25 to 50.
wow! I really thought America was more deadly than they are. I really assumed there was more serial killers in the world. How dark am I?
No, I said active serial killers, not active shooters.
Oh,
Too soon?
Too soon. Does it matter? Because every single day it'll be too soon. No matter.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's why, oh my God, dude, I love making jokes about like,
Inappropriate stuff.
no, well, not just that,
Mhm.
but like lately I'd be like, oh yeah, like when somebody's talking about work, because I'm still unemployed at the moment.
Right.
And somebody's talking about work, and I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to be in that same boat. Oh, boat. Too soon. Because of the floods.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
yachts in my parking lot. But I love making that joke lately.
But you can only make that joke with people downtown that.
And people who know my neighborhood that has
Right.
a yacht in it.
Right.
By the way, if anybody wants to buy a yacht and selling it, all you got to do is fucking tow it.
Come get it.
Yeah. $100. Still there.
Still there?
Yeah.
What's it been?
Both of them.
Almost. It's been a month.
It's been a month.
And they're both still in the parking lot? Wow.
Everything else is cleaned up. All the apartments were gutted.
Right.
Cleaned up. Good. Now they're going to start reconstruction.
Right.
Boats haven't fucking moved.
Boats are still
inch.
there.
Nothing's been cleared off of them. Nothing's been cut down. People have been just taking pictures. People just drive by. Like, dude, I'm getting so sick of that.
But
People are just like stopping outside of our gate and just taking photos with their phone.
right.
And I'm just waving like, thanks for taking photos of our misery. Like, get fucked. Like, move along. Damn.
Dude, you should stand up front and sell Rayhart Rundown shirts. What are you doing?
Right?
Put some merch up. Do some merch shit.
Oh my God. If we just got a giant banner and just hung it from the yacht.
See how this boat got here. Go to RayhartRundown.com. There we go. There's a little bit of laughter on this episode. Jesus. We're so serious on the Halloween episodes. I feel like we're very serious on the Halloween episodes because we
some
talk about a lot of
serious
dark
shit, dude.
We talk about a lot of dark stuff. I can't be. I have a real hard time being funny on these episodes.
I don't know. I think we've been doing all right.
I think we're doing decent, maybe decent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of scary, though, knowing that there's at least 25 to 50 serial killers, though.
I'm finding solace in knowing that my high ass number that I thought was wrong. So I feel better, actually.
I was just saying, no, that's like, I mean, think about it. That's still 25 to 50. That's still like one per state.
It's almost one. Yeah, it's almost one per
You know
state,
what I mean?
at least.
But it's active serial killers. Now, what exactly is the definition of a serial killer, though? Because I thought it was like somebody who killed more than 3 people.
Hold on. What?
But
let's take a step back and
doesn't it have to do with like, oh, this guy likes to slit throats and jerk off on their eyeballs, or you know what I mean? Like,
No, hold on. Let's take a step back and go.
Like they have like a stamp.
Let's unpack the phrase, what you said. Say it again. How many? Say the phrase again. Say the question.
Oh, how many active serial killers are there in the United States?
First of all, let's start with the word active. What's an inactive serial killer? Someone who's just like retired from the game?
Yeah. Zodiac. Zodiac retired from the game.
Man. I don't know.
Did you ever know anything
I've dug
about
in.
Zodiac?
I've dug into the Zodiac killer, and it was a few years ago. They were sending out the Zodiac killer puzzles to people that were interested in trying to decipher them. And there was a couple. Apparently, there was a couple, and this was I want to say 2014, but I'm not sure if that year is right. But there was a couple, an older couple that was able to crack it and decipher one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There was one that they believe they cracked, and it had the dude's name in it. The guy put his name in it, and it was one of the original Zodiac suspects.
yeah,
Who
he's long since passed away now.
yeah,
right?
he's long since passed away. But like he had died in like 1997 or something like that of like a heart attack. And so there's like some belief that he was actually the Zodiac killer, but now that he's dead, we'll never actually know.
I'd be really curious to dig into a cold case file and pull up, you know what I'm saying, and start questioning stuff.
Oh, dude. I mean, that's like Hunt a Killer shit.
Yeah, we did the Hunter. If you've ever heard of this, guys, it's what was it? Huntakiller.com?
Yeah.
Huntakiller.com. Adam and I and Jen did one year, and we took the whole dining room up. We had a map on the wall. There was like string and pictures, and what it is it's a game. It's not real, but they set you up, and every week they send you a box with
Every month.
Well, if you call in and eliminate a suspect, they'll send you the next box.
Right.
So we were doing it so fast, it was coming every week.
Right.
And they send you this box, and inside the box is supposed to have like police reports and forensic files, and it's for the game.
Really curious as to what theme they have going on.
I'm not sure either, but it was one that we did was about a high school reunion. It was really, I'm not going to give it away because I don't know if they're still doing that one, but we cracked it. We figured it out. It was a lot of fun. It was huntakiller.com. You guys check it out if you're interested. We don't have, they're not supporting us. They don't know about us. But all I could say is from our own experience, we had fun doing it.
Yeah, it was called Class of 98.
Oh, the one that we did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're still selling it, so I'm not going to give away any secrets, but so there's that. But yeah, what's your favorite Halloween movie? Or scary movie, I should say. You asked me that question. I have really no answer other than I could say probably like, again, I like Gremlins, I like Ghostbusters. I like the stuff that has the ability to be funny, but then again, not be funny. Or excuse me, not be funny. Yeah, no, that's right. Be funny, but also be creepy or weird, or even have its moments of actual scariness. You know what I'm saying? Without having to be you're just frightened the entire fucking time.
Which is why I'm shocked you don't like Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
No, I saw it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think you watched that.
Oh, yeah. When you told me about it, I saw it.
I love that movie.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, movie's so funny.
And that was like, and again, though, that's one of those movies where it's like, oh, it's excessively gory or stupid and crazy, but it's funny.
Yeah.
And I like that. So, like Army of Darkness, these type of movies where they're funny, but they're really not trying to be. I enjoy those. You know what I'm saying?
I like the slasher films. I like Freddy. I like Jason. I like if you're gonna stab somebody and fucking pin them onto the wall with a knife, that's cool. Like to me, like
for a film, right? For a horror film.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be.
Sorry. I don't want to be grossed out. I want to be scared.
Mhm.
And to me, having somebody who's, just like hostile, like a bunch of people just taking organs out to sell on the black market and stuff, like that's grotesque.
Mhm.
I want to see like Michael Myers, some motherfucker who just won't die.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, just like you shot him 9 times. And the motherfucker just sits up like the Undertaker. Like, now there's one movie that was gruesome that I did enjoy, but it was hard to get through the first half. Very difficult to get through the first half. It's called I Spit on Your Grave.
Halloween Ends. Oh, what?
Did not enjoy Halloween Ends. It was called I Spit on Your Grave.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Awesome movie if you can get through the rape scene.
Mm.
It was like, and it prolonged. It went on for so long. It was like Sausage Party. I was like, all right, this is enough. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
Like, I was like watching it with a buddy of mine, and because he was telling me about the movie, and I was just all like, oh, it sounds cool and everything. And
Right.
I'm watching it, and it went on for so long. I was like, dog, like, I can't watch this anymore.
Mhm.
Like, this is too much.
Right.
And he goes, I promise you it's almost over. And fine, and then it ended. They like threw her into a fucking river.
Right.
And then she comes back and kills each one of the guys that was involved. But the way she kills them
Mhm.
is like represented by the way that they
Did whatever they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
like.
So they purposely made the audience uncomfortable, and the filmmakers purposely made the audience feel anger or loathe towards the attackers,
Yeah.
purposely, so that you would feel empathy and want her to come back and do that shit to them.
Yeah. It was very well done as long as you can get through that.
So they twisted.
That
They essentially twisted the horror genre. If you think about it, that for that film specifically, and I haven't seen it, but they essentially twisted the horror genre on its head by making you root for the bad guy from the jump. Because if she's the murderer, I get that. Oh, this happened to her, and she should fucking kill those guys. But take that out of it for just a second. It's a murdering movie. It's a horrific. You know what I'm saying? So like you're now rooting for the person doing the murdering. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually interesting that the filmmakers went that route. But
Yeah, it was,
again,
dude. It was very well done. I don't really have a favorite
no.
movie. Yeah, I don't.
Like I said, for me, I think it's going to be like, Gremlins, Ghostbusters, those type of movies. And there's not a lot of them. There's few and far between. So there's not really any favorite Halloween movie. But
I mean, when I was a kid, dude, I used to watch Hocus Pocus every year.
right.
You know what I mean?
So
Like,
you
that
haven't seen the
was-
sequel yet?
No. But Hocus Pocus, dude, that was my shit when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
loved it. Loved it, dude. And I was like, I mean, when I was a little kid, though, like, I still remember the Halloween episode of Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Like, I loved that episode. I even watched it recently. Like, I was just like, I went back because I still
You're
remember
like,
the
"Ah."
episode. Because, dude, like, I don't give a fuck how old you are. The high school and college years of Boy Meets World is still hilarious to this fucking day. Like, I don't care who you are. Go back and watch the Halloween episode. Watch the older brother Eric, whatever, Corey's older brother Eric.
Mhm. That's your generation. So
It was also one of those shows that I watched a lot. As a
yeah,
kid.
I was gonna say this.
Growing
That's
up,
your generation
I like-
right there.
I grew up with that and like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Right.
Anyways, so yeah, I think we talked about everything I wanted to talk about.
yeah. I was just saying we kind of just dove into just Halloween in general, just Halloween stuff.
For those of you watching on our YouTube, please, this is the moment of the show where you like and subscribe. See the big thumb here in the middle of the table? Okay. Like and subscribe. Now is a moment. So you want to definitely like and subscribe to our channel so that you can help us out with the algorithm to get us more and more views and more people watching so we can do better and bigger and better cool things other than this cheap Halloween makeup fiasco. Yours looks like sunglasses at this point. Like yours is like it's like a visor.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I have my VR headset on right now.
Yeah, with the headphones and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of looks that way. Yeah.
Rayhart Rundown now in VR.
Now in VR. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here at the end. So happy Halloween, everybody! Thanks for listening.
Hey, stay safe out there.
right.
You know, don't take candy from strangers.
Isn't that kind of the point of Halloween? Anyways, happy Halloween, you guys. Be safe out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Haunted Peacocks up.
Oh, we should have dressed them. We should have bloodied them up or something.
Whatever. Anyways, regardless, we'll see y'all next week.